Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you guys here. So today we are doing a pick a card reading, and this pick a card reading topic is what do you trigger in people? All right, so this could be how do you trigger them, what do you trigger in them, we're going to dive deep into this topic. So you have three options in front of you. Pile 1 is on the left side, pile 2 is in between, pile 3 is on the right side. Trust your intuition when you're picking your pile. You can pick multiple piles, all 3 piles, 2 piles, 1 pile. The ball is totally in your court, my loves. Alright. And if you would like to check out some exclusive pick a card readings not available anywhere on YouTube, you can dive into my Patreon, where I do some very juicy, uncensored topics, and the topics are not available anywhere on YouTube itself as well. Alright. So see you in your reading.
Vrievolution.
Right, so pile 1, as I was channeling your energy, I was feeling like releasing, right? Releasing negativity, releasing toxicity and things like that, okay? So what I'm hearing is that you are like a purifying agent in people's lives, pile 1. Like you are a person that when you come in people's lives, they have to like straighten up. They have to become structured, they have to become disciplined, or they have to literally focus on how they can improve their life, how they can better themselves, right? You tell them straightforward what is the raw truth behind what they are holding on to, which is causing them all the struggles and the worries, and how they need to let those things go, those negative patterns go, so they can attract something positive in their life. So you are like a taskmaster at times, is what I'm hearing. So your energy is very strict, your energy is very like you are very observant about people. You're not someone who will just share your advice or words with people that don't value you or don't care about any kind of wisdom from your end. But if there's someone who truly is ready to learn from you, or truly wants to kind of understand the issue behind their problems and wants to straighten themselves up, that's when you like open your mouth. Like you don't just easily give advice to people, but when you do, it's extremely valuable. Like I'm hearing you speak gold, or you speak like valuable advice, or you give valuable gems to people that can never be forgotten, is what I'm hearing. So that is so interesting. So you trigger improvement in people, you trigger people to get on their righteous path, I'm hearing. Or yeah, there's something about you that is very disciplined, very structured, very organized. So you're not a person that takes your life very lightly, I must say. Like yeah, so that's that stark contrast in your energy, where you don't take your life so lightly. You're someone who's quite serious about how you approach life, how you approach people, or how you approach your decisions. You're very, very decisive, right? You know what you want and you go after it. Very strong masculine energy in this pile here, pile 1. All right, so a lot of my masculines could have chosen this pile, but yeah, divine masculines especially, okay? But let's see, pile 1, what do you trigger in people? What do you trigger in people? Yeah, I feel like when you enter the room, pile 1, it's like people have to like straighten their looks, or like they feel a little nervous, or they feel like they're not looking perfect, or they're doing something wrong and they need to fix themselves. So some of you could be like big bosses of like huge like companies, or you are like that entrepreneur energy, that boss energy, and everyone has to follow suit. But there's a lot of respect for you, pile 1, okay? So you trigger people to respect you, and that's because you have earned that respect from people. You have worked really hard to earn their respect, right? I'm just channeling right now. It's crazy how my channels have opened up, and yes, information has been flowing in, collective. Thank you so much for supporting me through this journey. All right, let's see. Pile 1, pile 1. what does pile 1 trigger in people? Look at that, pile 1, ashamed. It's like people need to hide away from you. It's like you can see through their darkness. You can see through people's shame. I'm hearing you can see what people are actually ashamed of behind closed doors, or yeah, it's like they automatically have this habit of feeling like they are a little beneath you, or and that's because, again, your energy, your aura, your power, the power that you have in your energy is quite intimidating, okay, but at the same time it's very purifying. It's like you bring them back on their discipline, you bring them back on their organization, you know, on their logic, on their skills, on what they are capable of. But if they have excuses about what they are not capable of, and you know, if they are not disciplined, if they are constantly chaotic and dealing with like things that are not really of their concern towards their success and things like that, then they really they can see their own shame when they confront you, or when they are watching your life flourish in front of them. Like they can see how much they are lacking, okay, behind in terms of what they could have done with their life versus what they have done, and the consequences of that which they have done is now what they are ashamed about. And when they look at you, they look up to you, so they are ashamed of themselves, of how much they couldn't accomplish, or how much they couldn't make it in this world, or something like that, okay. So one group of people, it's like you make them ashamed and you trigger them to improve themselves, and it's like you don't even have to speak a word. Your life and the way you live it is an example. It sets an example for how people should make their decisions or take their decisions, you know, seriously in their life. Versus there are other set of people who genuinely want to learn from you, because they're ashamed of what they have done in the past, and they come to purify themselves through learning from you, and learning from your wisdom, and learning from your experiences, because you've been through a lot, pile 1, okay. Yeah, resentful. Some people are literally very resentful of that as well. Oh yes, like I was saying, pile 1, that I'm getting you are like a straight shooter, you know. You don't hold back when it comes to truth. So some of you could be like very honest about what you've been through and how you had to level up, how you had to go through your own struggles. And when you see people like I said, you know, giving excuses, it's like immediately your energy itself makes other people ashamed of how much they are lacking in what they have not been successful with, and how they can improve themselves. It's just a mirror to them, you know, a mirror of what they have let a mirror of what they have continued, you know, the toxic patterns that they have continued, like resenting you, like bitching about you, like going against you. This could be your enemies, literally, you know, haters who despise you because you are at the top level of your industry, or because you have the capability of going to the top, because your ambition is relentless, I'm hearing. And you are someone who does not believe in competition, you believe in competing with your own self. So that is something that also makes people very jealous and triggered by you, okay. They are jealous and triggered because they know that they lack a lot in terms of going about their own journey, but rather than that, they project onto you, and then they miss out on their own abundance, on their own success, on their own growth in life, because they're focused on you. So internally, although they are resentful of you and they hate you on the outside, internally they are ashamed of themselves, and that's what you trigger in people. Yeah, they feel trapped, right? And because they feel trapped because of everything that they have done in their own life, they then hate you because they feel trapped. Some of you could have put someone in jail, literally. Oh shit. Pile 1, who are you? You are one powerful, yeah, you know what I was gonna say after that, but yes, okay. And they are still resentful, like they resent you for sending someone to jail, or speaking your truth about someone because someone was either stealing from you, lying, doing something fraudulent in your company, or whatever it may be, right? Look at that, empowered, right? You are that empowered person. You trigger people to empower themselves, but you are also someone who's extremely empowered in your own energy, you know. You have not needed anyone to be successful in life, but again, you have a team of supportive people who love you, who care for you, and who put you up in high regard because of everything that you have been through. Some of you could be like the owners of multinational companies, or you are about to become that. And that is why your nature is like that. Your nature intimidates people automatically. It triggers people into believing that they were trapping themselves and that they have the ability to be free, free of the toxicity that they have been holding on to, right? So you could be traveling internationally as well, or you are someone who's going to travel the world, or you have already traveled the world and you have a lot of experience. Some of you love reading books. Yeah, look at that, afraid. People are terrified of you, pile 1. You trigger people to be scared of you. You trigger people to hide away from you or to fix themselves when you are around, or it's like you, oh my goodness, this is crazy, pile 1. Wow. And I see like 3 eyes in the forest, like, dark eyes in the forest. So even though they are afraid of you, they can't help but like be addicted to you or watch you from afar and plot on you and plan on how to make you ashamed, or plan on how to make you afraid, of losing your position, losing your job, losing your ambition, losing your dedication towards whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, but then they keep losing. Whenever they try to make you lose, they lose. So then they are ashamed of themselves. That's what you trigger in people. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, frustration. Like they get frustrated with how sure you are of yourself, pile 1. How sure you are of your life, of your decisions, of your own power in this world, of what you're capable of in this freaking world, and you have no excuses to give. You know that you need to deal with yourself at the end of the day. You have to have a good night's sleep, knowing that you worked towards your goals, knowing that you had the ambition to go forth and fire up, with discipline towards those things. So when people have this, this hanky-panky energy towards you, you're like a straight shooter, So nobody can actually come in front of you and talk ish, is what I'm hearing, because then they will deal with that shooting energy, You're going to literally spit facts at them and they are going to be ashamed of themselves, right? So you know how to put people in their place, you know how to put people down, or if there's a bully who confronts you, you know how to like bully them back into submission. Like they feel ashamed of themselves, yeah, because you know how to contain your own happiness. You don't give anyone else the permission to make you happy, pile 1. And that's what you trigger in people. So the people that you love, the people that you care for, you make sure that they will be happy for the rest of their lives. You care for them so much that you bring joy and happiness in their world, right? You dedicate yourself to bringing bliss and joy and contentment in the people that you love's life, right? And you know that there are some people who are vulnerable in your care and in your the people that you take responsibility for. It could be your family, it could be your wife, your husband, it could be your children, it could be your business, which could be vulnerable, right? And people genuinely feel triggered by that. Like people feel like they want to be in your circle of people that you want to keep happy, but they constantly feel unfulfilled. But that's because they lack their own ambition, they lack their own determination, and you can't really help everyone, right? You can only be there for some people, and you have learned how to be selfish with that and ruthless with that. Okay, so that's something I'm hearing, and people are very curious about that. So again, you trigger curiosity in people, you trigger shame and fear in people. Okay, yeah, and resentment. Again, look at that, pile 1. It's like you trigger resentment in people and they become curious. They become curious about who is that person, who is pile 1, what are they about, what do they eat, what time do they sleep, what do they drink, do they even drink, or are they into substances, do they party? That's what I'm hearing. Like they want to know each and every detail about your life, but they're scared to even like come close to you, because then you might put them in their place. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. There's a female in your life that is extremely triggered by your success. It could be a past ex, or someone who you were married to in the past, or it could be an ex, like I said, or a matriarch in the family, or a step family member who's very resentful of your success. Okay, and I think this matriarch could have seen you like grow up, and maybe in the past this matriarch thought that they could take advantage of you, but then they started becoming afraid of you. That's what I'm hearing. That was their karma. Okay, for some of you. Pile 1. Look at that, 5 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, you don't like illusions and conflicts. You are against them. You don't like competing with others because you are a league of your own. You compete with yourself. You have no competition, period, right? So yeah, this is like I'm talking to a billionaire or a millionaire, or like a future millionaire or a billionaire. This is that mindset. Okay, you just keep going on your lane, and whatever you're terrified of, it's like you're curious about how to like fix that, or you confront your fears head on. You confront your shame head on. You know, you have your own deep dark past, but you're not afraid of confronting it. You're not afraid of resolving it within your mind, and with the people that you love, and being vulnerable with the people that make you happy and are a part of your family, who you love and care for. You are very vulnerable with them. All right, that's something that's coming through very strongly. What do you trigger in people? You trigger people again to take action quickly in their life. Okay, you trigger people to better themselves, to improve themselves, to speak their truth, to be honest with you, and not just with you but with others. Be honest with themselves. Pile 1. Like, you trigger people to not lie to their own self, their goddamn self, right? Otherwise they will be ashamed, they will be fearful of everything in their life if they keep lying to themselves, right? And you keep telling people, or your energy itself speaks of how to confront your fears, how to let go of resentful people who will always hate you. But like, you inform people that if someone is hating you, you're on the right path, and to be curious, be curious to understand the enemy's vulnerabilities, right? Because they are longing for something that you have. So it's like you trigger people to seek the truth about what they want and what they need to go after in life, right? You shake people up, like, from their own comfort zone. You shake people up from procrastination, from laziness, from being stubborn, and that is so beautiful. Pile 1, it's crazy. All right, let's see. You could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius for sure here, for sure. Okay, we have 6 of Pentacles and we have 8 of Pentacles. Look at that. You being skilled, you being a master at what you do, you working hard, you have taken your money. Yeah, look at that, 10 of Pentacles, literally, okay, at the bottom of the deck. All right, and you have been through a tough situation in your love, okay, and maybe you could have channeled that energy in your career to the point that you mastered it, like you took it to a whole new level. It's like I'm seeing you in a racing car, and you like shifting to the maximum gear, and like having the discipline to go through with that ride and go through with that sprint, right? Or with that boost in energy in the car. Like, that's what I'm hearing in your energy, is with the Knight of Swords. Like, you attack your goals, you are ruthless towards how you are going to attack your goals, and you are going to achieve them, right? And it's not just that though. You are achieving those goals because you want to be generous, you want to share your wealth with the people that you love, for your family, for the people that genuinely love you and care for you. You can do anything for them. You would die for them. You would make sure that you're burning the midnight lamp for them. Some of you could have gone through poverty, or you could have gone through extreme betrayal in terms of financial energy, where someone could have attacked your finances when you were very young. Okay, someone could have been extremely shadowy towards you, right? Could have been a mother or a stepmother, or someone who was very resentful of your power. So they made you feel ashamed of yourself, made you feel terrified and scared. Or this could be like I said, a parental figure who could have been very attacking towards either of your parents, right? Could have been like attacking towards each other or something like that. So you could have grown up around domestic violence or something like that, and it really strengthened you, because when you started growing up, you started realizing that the only thing that can save you out of this is your financial success. And so you only had one vision in your mind, that I'm gonna go and kill it. I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna be successful. I'm gonna be ambitious. I'm gonna be goal oriented. I'm gonna focus on, you know, working hard, but at the same time being smart about where I'm investing my money, how I'm gonna, you know, distribute my money, and things like that. And that's how you grew, or you are about to grow your wealth. And it really, like, what you trigger in people is that you trigger people to take action towards their own legacy, creating their own legacy, creating their own wealth, just like you are going to, or you already have. People are curious to learn about your story, to know about, you know, the details of your story and things like that. So you could be a very well-known public figure as well, or you could be on the way to that. All right, at the bottom of the deck we have Lovers in reverse. So like I said, I think some of you also like trigger people into getting out of like toxic love relationships that are not serving them, right? Toxic relationships that are keeping them stuck away from their ambitions, stuck away from their goals, because you could have been with someone in the past who was extremely resentful of you, just like the mother figure or like the parental figure that was, you know, very toxic towards you, right? So when you were in love, you discovered that this person also wanted to like, with the Lovers in reverse and Four of Swords, yeah, like this person never gave you peace. This person was constantly restless, in order to like maybe gain your money or like manipulate your money in a way. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. This person wanted to strategize to take away your money or to take away what was yours, even in love, right? Or you could have dealt with such family members as well, step family members who wanted to like steal away your wealth or your rights, whatever it may be. But it made you more curious. And that's what triggers people, is that no matter how they plan to destroy you, no matter how much your enemies plot on you, that you constantly come out as a winner. You constantly come out as someone who triumphed over their enemies, someone who destroyed their enemies with shame. Like people who hate you or who have resentment towards you are ashamed of themselves. They hide in the corners. They don't know how to show up in your energy anymore. Or that is where you're heading. Like that's how your enemies are going to feel in the future, for how they tested your loyalty, how they tried to sabotage your hard work and your skills and your determination, right? So this is a very like cutthroat, powerful energy, like a ruthless, dominating energy. But it's not towards your enemies or anyone else. It's towards your goals. It's towards your ambition. There's nothing that can stop you, pile one. And that's what triggers people, either into shame or either into resenting you, or either into being afraid of you or being extremely curious towards you. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, wow, pile one. I mean, I want to clap for you. Okay, I want to clap for you. Thank you so much for being such a powerful human being. Thank you, literally. Okay, but I would just give you one tidbit of advice. I know I'm not in a place to, but because I myself feel a bit intimidated in front of you, okay, but I would say that do not devalue love, right? I know you care about your family and your loved ones, but there's someone that's meant for you as well, pile one. Okay, I want you to know that there's someone who's truly meant for you, and that is where you're going to head if you don't have a love life currently, or you've just been, you know, attacking your goals. And I'm saying that there is love for you, but because of your past experiences, do not let that resentment remain. All right, so thank you so much, pile one, for tuning in. Let me know in the comments down below if you resonated with this. I mean, I felt a surge of energy when I was channeling you, so let me know. Also, you can check out my Patreon for exclusive pick a card readings, not available anywhere on YouTube, and support me as a creator. You can also check out my Etsy shop for booking a private reading with me, in case you're interested with that. You can also donate tarot decks and oracle decks through my Amazon wishlist, as well as PayPal. If you would like to donate money, you can donate money through my PayPal as well. And anything that you give, of course, comes back to you times 10. All right, pile one. So thank you so much, my loves, and peace. Right. So pile two, as I was channeling your energy, the first thing I was hearing was live life king size or live life queen size. Okay, some of you could be Leos, definitely. All right, you have this very extravagant vision in your life about what you want your life to look like, to be like. Okay, some of you could literally know a lot of powerful people, or you could be in touch with powerful people, right? You rub shoulders with people who are well known, who could be politicians, who could be celebrities, things like that. So you are someone who is powerful, all right? That's the first word I was hearing. The second word that I was hearing, some of you could have come from pile 1, okay? I'm hearing that as well because I'm channeling that energy here. I'm hearing some of you, even though you are very powerful, you are not a person who shows that very easily, right? So you could be like a Casanova if I'm talking about masculine energy, or you could be in feminine, like a person that is, very humble, like not in a very like down to earth way too. Like you're someone who has that pep in the step where, when you need to get ready, you look extremely like beautiful, or you look very handsome, right? When you have to like get ready and things like that. But there's this side to you where when you're hanging out with your friends, or you're just casually chilling, you're extremely casual, you're very light-hearted, you're someone who makes people laugh on your jokes, or you're very carefree, right? So you trigger people in that way, like you trigger people in trying to understand like who you truly are. Are you that powerful person, or are you the fun loving, caring sweetheart, that they see in you? Like I'm hearing the chocolate boy energy, right? Like very so you could look like a chocolate boy or a chocolate girl, if that's even a term, right? Like the girl next door, right? Like someone like that. But at the same time, no one can mess with you, is what I'm hearing, because you have the power to crush people's egos, I'm hearing. Wow. Okay, that's intimidating even to me, pile 2, like, yes, okay. So you can put people in their place very quickly if they try you, right? Yeah, so you trigger people in basically not knowing which side they are going to get, right? So some of you could be Gemini, like twins, right? Two sides of you. And I said Leo already, okay? So you could have those placements in your chart. Let's see. Pile 2, please tell me about pile 2. Literally I saw respectful. Look at that, twins, two sides to you, right? So yeah, people have to put respect on your name. Like you trigger people to respect you, because again, you don't take ish, and your kindness will not be taken for weakness, because people know that you can snap at them whenever you want. And then you can, like, you know how to traverse between being funny at the same time being powerful. So it's like, although you make people laugh, but if they try you, or they try to like put you down or insult you or try you, right? You show them like who's boss, or who's the boss babe. Like, yeah, that's what I'm hearing, okay? So very interesting. It's like you sting them very quickly. So Scorpio energy is coming through as well. We have depressed in reverse. Wow. You take people out of depression, literally. You trigger people out of depression. You trigger people out of feeling like they are alone in this world, that there's no one that can understand them, or whatever hurt that they've been through, that that is the end of them, and there's nothing more to life than that, right? We have bored at the bottom of the deck. So you trigger people out of boredom. That's what I'm hearing. You trigger people out of depression and out of boredom, right? And people think of you, especially when they are like feeling like nothing is going on in their life, and the life is same old, right? It's like they think of you and they think that you are about to like come and break their depression, break their toxic pattern of being bored, of having that monotonous life. You are the like, yeah, you make them free of the boredom, you make them free of depression, you set them free, you liberate them, right? You make them feel more independent, more in power, more unburdened, right? So you take away people's burdens just by being present in people's lives. You make them feel like they can be free to pursue what they want. They can be free to again, overwhelmed in reverse. Look at that, collective pile. Yeah, happy. You make them happy, and you tell them to like let go of the burdens that they are holding on to, literally. You trigger people, because some people, like, they have a habit of like taking on ish that is not even theirs, and then blaming the world for it, or not being able to heal from certain patterns of the past, and then identifying with that hurt or that trauma or that pain to the point where it overwhelms them, to the point where they don't know how to like go on, or they keep being stuck in that regularity of doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And you, Pile 2, you're like the pattern breaker. You are like that change, that thunderbolt that comes in people's lives and completely transforms it or changes it. Like, being in your presence is a gift, Pile 2. Being in your energy is a gift, because you take away people's like burdens or energies or negativity, right? And now some of you could be empaths as well, because I was picking up on that sweet side, right? That girl next door or that boy next door as well, chocolate boy energy. So some of you, because you transmute so much energy from others, so much darkness off of others, it's like you take it onto yourself, and then at times you could feel depressed, or at times you could feel overburdened, right? Because you're actually a very happy person, you're a very joyful person, you love being center of attention, or you love being in that limelight, being connected with powerful people, etc., right? But when you are actually in touch with them, you see like the depression and the darkness that holds them in that position, and they are bored of that. So you see like the boredom in power, or you have been able to see that there's nothing much left for even the people who are in power to be entertained by anymore. That's what I'm hearing, Pile 2. Wow, okay. Exhausted. Yeah, people are exhausted of like the power or something. Interesting, Pile 2. Okay. So yeah, it's like you are someone who can transmute and heal people literally just by your presence. So you can set people free from the traps that they have built around them, you know, the prisons that they have built in their mind to keep themselves stuck. You literally know how to get them out of there, right? And we have disgusted. Interesting. So there are people who like try to like mock you or bully you when it comes to you being funny or you being the healer, or some of them could have like picked on your path of what you do. Maybe you're a spiritualist and people picked on you for trying to be one, because ew, what do you mean by you are healing them? Like, are you serious? Are you really like you're just doing it for money, right? We are disgusted by you. So somebody could have mocked you in your life. It doesn't have to be that you're a spiritualist. You could be literally like a powerful person, someone who has not let depression, the spirit of depression, overrule them, someone who has not let any kind of energy and responsibility that was on your life overwhelm you, right? But it's like there are people who are mocking you for that, or because you have that funny side, you have that light side, people try to like mock you, right? Or bully you, like I said, because they feel trapped. They feel trapped in their own lives. They don't know how to be like you. They don't know how to heal like you. And they feel trapped also in their own anger. So it's like they are poisoning themselves. And you try to tell them that anger is disgusting. It's something that's poisoning you. It's something that is a bad energy, and you should not do that, because the more anger you hold on to, you're not forgiving, and you are getting more and more depressed and overwhelmed, right? So you teach people that, you trigger people to be disgusted by depression, disgusted by overwhelm, because that's only going to create more of that energy. So you align people to the right way of living or the right way of thinking or being. You're like an example for that, and people feel trapped in their anger because of your vulnerability. Look at that, angry, right? Longing for angry. So you deal with people, Pile 2, who get triggered and angry, and they long to be angry towards you, or they long to be to take advantage of when you are vulnerable, right? But then you show them their place, is what I'm hearing. Like you are very good at comebacks, or you know how to defend yourself when it comes to these people, is what I'm hearing. Okay, and that's what makes these people trapped in their own anger. It's like you trap people in their own anger, and you trigger people to look at their own anger as something that is meant to be transmuted rather than kept in that corner to expand in their energy, and then create suffering, not just for themselves but for others as well, right? So that is interesting. So I feel like you laugh at these people as well. Pile 2, you're a sassy one, you're like a funny one. Yeah, you like, I'm seeing you like suddenly dancing or making like funny faces or funny noises. It's like whenever things get serious, you lighten it up, or you know quickly what to do in order to lighten the energy, or
you're on your toes when it comes to that. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. Yeah, because you want celebration, you want life to be a party or a celebration, or you want people to enjoy this journey, you know, rather than constantly struggling to like emotionally heal from stuff. Or and you know, that itself, the healing itself has its own place, and we are constantly healing, right? Because we are anyways trapped in this 3D matrix, so we are learning a lot about ourselves through this entrapment. But to be depressed as well on the journey while going through ish, it's like too much, right? So you are the person who's like, let's dance. Let's dance when there are struggles, let's like just, you know, experience the rain when it comes, and just, you know, I don't know, I'm hearing take off our clothes, or I don't know what is this pile 2. Pile 2, oh my god. And you're like extremely expressive is what I'm hearing. Like you can express yourself extremely like emotionally or very vulnerable at times. Like if you like hear someone smelling, you can like make funny faces and be like, you need to have a bath, god damn it, or something. And people feel trapped because you do it in a funny way, to the point where they can't really reply back to you because they know that it's the truth, right? So this could be some family members or some enemies that you like, you know, make fun of, and it really slows them down. They don't know how to respond to you. You're sassy, okay? So you would trigger people to feeling like they need to be disgusted by anger, disgusted by negativity and toxicity, and if they are not, they are leading themselves to their own demise. And you could care less, right? Because you can just tell them once or twice, but you cannot be like their pillar of healing, right? They have to do the healing themselves, but you're there, you know. That's what I'm hearing. Like, I'm just one call away. You can call me and we can hang out and we can have fun together, but don't take life so like seriously to the point that, you know, you are suffering through the process with the justice in reverse. Like, yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Like, you are not in balance when you're doing that, when you're constantly depressed, when you're constantly crying, constantly you know, thinking about negativity or the shadows, and about what is going to hurt or things like that, and not being on an adventure in life. How are you going to have fun? You're wasting your time is what I'm hearing from you, pile 2. Like, so you trigger people into looking at the imbalances in their life in terms of what has happened in their life. Some of you could have dealt with like criminal cases. You could be a lawyer for some of you, right? Some of you could have dealt with the justice system, or with the cops, or with the legal system, like I said, right? And you could have dealt with such people. So, or you yourself could have had a very strong case which could have gotten you depressed or gotten you overwhelmed. But it's like you are not trying to overly think about it to the point that you depress yourself, or, you know, you're taking things one step at a time, and you're realizing that there's no point in overwhelming yourself with this. So it's like you trigger people into correcting their posture, correcting their balance in life, in terms of, you know, how seriously they are taking everything, right? Because that itself is keeping them trapped. Okay, so pile 2, let's see, what do you trigger in people, pile 2? What do you trigger in people, pile 2? 3 of swords, yeah, hermit. So it's like you trigger people to go within whenever they are feeling something bad, but do not stay strongly stuck to that isolation, to the point that you are forgetting, you know, the existence of other people who love you, who care for you, who want to celebrate you, who want to cherish you, just like me. That's what I'm hearing from you, pile 2. Like, you are such a happy-go-lucky person, you know, and I think you have overcome depression yourself due to some kind of an illegal thing happening to you, or some kind of a criminal thing happening towards you. I feel like you have healed. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles. Wow. There could have been some very strong financial challenges that you have had to go through, and that made you turn into your own depression, where everything was freezing in your life, right? So you have been through the worst is what I'm hearing. You've been through your worst, and you still come out with that light energy, that bubbly energy. People cannot. People are revolted by that. Like, people are like thinking about how much they have tried to destroy you, especially your enemies, like how much they have tried to steal from your money, or put you in debt, or put you in some kind of frame you, I'm hearing frame you, and put you behind bars without it being your fault, or something like that. And you did not let that break you, I'm hearing. Or pile 2, for some of you, yes, you have dealt with something like that, where you could have been behind bars because of something that you did not even do, right? Because someone was jealous of you and someone framed you, or someone tried to like put you behind bars, so you struggled financially after you came back, or something like that for some of you, right? But for others of you, this could have been like financial challenges that you've been through, and yet you were not broken, or some criminal activity that happened towards you, yet you were not broken, and you went within and you know, gathered all your strength and you started, you know, healing yourself with the strength in reverse, because that could have really taken a toll on your strength, on your courage, on your bravery. You didn't know whether, you know, you could make it after that, but spirit is like, spirit helped you. Pile 2. Okay, yeah, that's temperance, right? I'm gonna take that at the bottom. So spirit helped you out. Spirit showed you that there's a rainbow at the end of the tunnel, at the end of this darkness, right? And when you like saw that, maybe some of you had a near-death experience, or some of you have a very strong spiritual practice or something like that. You went through a spiritual awakening, and that made you disgusted with negativity, disgusted with, you know, extreme depression, to the point that you do not see even the value of life, the value of being on this planet, the value of loving others, supporting others, and caring for others, and healing others, but also learning self-love, and, you know, taking that time for yourself to fix yourself and things like that. Okay, so you healed after this, and that's what spirit is saying. You trigger people to heal themselves, but not take life too seriously, no matter what you go through. To the point that you trap yourself in your own disgust and negativity, and you don't shower, you don't take care of yourself, you are constantly depressed and overwhelmed. It's like you show them that they are supposed to be disgusted by those things, and they are supposed to not be in permanent depression, but get out of there by showing them the light, by showing them that there is a light at the end of this. There are rewards at the end of this, right? Because you got the rewards, you got the love from your spirit team, and not just your spirit team, but you got love from your people that you love, right? And your friends and family that really love your delusional self. At times I'm hearing some of you manifest a lot, so you could be into like manifestation, or you are into your spiritual or religious practices, or you could be learning that right now. Okay, so you trigger people into healing themselves without, again, you know, trapping themselves in negativity. Pile 2. All right, so some of you could be Libra, Sagittarius, Virgo very strongly. You could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn as well. Okay, Scorpio as well. Okay, all right, so this is what I have for you, pile 2. I hope that this reading brought you a lot of clarity. If it did, let me know in the comments down below. I really appreciate that. Also, if you would like to join my Patreon for exclusive pick a card readings not available anywhere on YouTube, you can definitely join that and support my creations. You can also book a personal reading with me through Etsy. The link is given in the description box below, along with my PayPal. If you would like to donate something to my channel, it will come back to you times 10. I always pray for my donators. And also you can gift me tarot decks and oracle decks from my Amazon wishlist. All the links are given in the description box below, my loves. Alright, so thank you so much, pile 2. I hope you enjoyed this, and peace. Pile 3, as I was channeling your energy, I heard the word outgrow. Okay, so pile 3, it's like you trigger people into believing that outgrowing people, places and things is not something that's a crime, right? For example, you are expanding, you are someone who was studying, right? You wanted to get a degree for yourself, and now that you have that degree, you have more opportunities to work. There are limitless opportunities, because now you want to go to this city and work, at the same time you want to travel and things like that, right? So there's this quality within you, pile 3, where like you are a free spirit. So you don't like being tied down easily, right? You don't like to be controlled or be like dominated by someone else's energy, or, you know, someone else controlling your decisions or making you do what they want you to do, right? So you trigger people into like reflecting on their own control issues in their lives. Like you trigger people into seeing that you outgrowing them is not something that's a crime. It's not something that is like a legal offense, right? It's something that they are supposed to look at as you being a free bird, and you know, you doing whatever you want should be how they should love you, you know, and not something that is like you need to be according to them or behave according to them in order to earn their love, because you don't see anyone else above of you. Okay, which is interesting to me because I'm also picking up some shadow energy in that pile 3, but let's see. All right, we'll see. We have embarrassed. Okay, so let's see. Pile 3. What does pile 3 trigger in people? Yeah, so like I was channeling, right, like you outgrow people very quickly, or like, but that could be because you get bored very easily, or you get afraid. Interesting. Pile 3. So you don't like other people controlling you. You don't like other people taming you. You don't like other people trying to make you submissive to them in some way, like, right? There's some very strong masculine energy also coming through here. You could have come from pile 1 for some of you, or you could have watched all 3 piles. Okay, that's what I'm picking up in this whole reading. Like, you could have watched all 3 piles for all of you, right? But regardless, I'm picking up that pile 3, you are someone who, although you care about people, you know, you have that ability to love people, but you also believe that love is freedom. You don't think that love is something that is meant to like keep you stuck or tie you down or make you like, you know, be in some kind of a boring pattern every day or something like that, right? And so you trigger people to face their own fears in terms of being free, right? So there are people who are actually terrified of being free. That's why we have governments, that's why we have temples, that's why, like, it's not about temples, because again, there's a scientific reason behind temples and their high vibration and things like that. You can literally like study that as well. Like, they were scientific measures to like raise your vibration and go there, but we took it in a religious context, and the whole meaning of why it was built was like completely lost, right? But coming back to the point, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. I was channeling, right? So yeah, you mirror people's fears in terms of being free truly. So you're someone who could be like extremely free, like no one can tell you what to do, no one can stop you from doing what you want, right? And that freedom, that level of freedom, it makes people like scared a little bit about you, or it makes people fear like, what else will you do now that you have done this adventure, you have explored this, you have explored that country, you have explored this specific situation, whatever it may be, right? But it's like people are wondering like, what next, right? So you trigger people into facing their fears in terms of being a free spirit, and what blocks them from truly, you know, adventuring and truly having the freedom to fly wherever you want, eat whatever you want, do whatever you want. It inspires people in a way. So you trigger inspiration in people, but you also trigger fear in people about like what could happen, right? The people that love you truly, they get a little bit scared of like, are you gonna be okay? Are you eating? Pile 3. Are you like taking care of yourself, right? Are you yeah, I'm hearing your parents literally for some of you, pile 3, like they're very scared. Yeah, they feel scared because you are constantly in need for changes and things like that. But that's because again, you could be running from something, pile 3. Okay, that's why I was picking up some shadows here, because we have the dark card here and then we have grief as well, right? So you're running from something is what I'm hearing, but that's not the point of this reading. We are not seeing what triggers you, we are seeing how you trigger people, right? So you trigger people into crying for you when you're not there with them, because you are a person that's so freedom loving and you don't judge. I'm hearing you don't judge people at all. You're someone who accepts people for who they truly are. If they want distance from you, you are not going to bother them, you're not going to obsess about them, you're not going to trigger them, you're not going to, you know, keep contacting them and like harass them and antagonize them. You're not that person, pile 3. When someone needs distance, you feel like they're dead to you. So it's scary to people. Like, it's scary that when they truly want freedom but they're afraid of it, so they play games with you, is what I'm hearing about. Like, okay, so I'm gonna leave you, right, pile 3, like I'm gonna leave you and I'm gonna go and I'm never gonna come back in your life. And you're like, okay, is that what you want? Please go ahead, I'm not gonna stop you. That's literally your motto in life, like, because you don't want to be controlled, you don't want to be someone who's like looked at as someone who's controlling or someone who's like obsessive, etc. So there are like your parents could be extremely triggered because maybe they tried controlling you but they couldn't, and now they grieve over you. Or wow, pile 3, you must have one hell of a history, pile 3, but we're not getting into that today. Okay, I'm gonna keep it limited to this particular reading, but let's see. Pile 3 spirit, please tell me, what does pile 3 trigger in people? What does pile 3 trigger in people? So people are also like scared of what you're going to do next or how you are going to react next to them, so they don't know. So okay, so something about unpredictability, right? So you're very unpredictable, people can't predict what you're going to do next. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. We have panicky, interesting. People panic to like be with you. You trigger panic in people. That's interesting, pile 3. Okay, like people, it's like people want to hold on to you for dear life. They feel like they are drowning in their life and you are the only one that can save them. But it's like you teach them a lesson by leaving them alone, or you teach them a lesson by detaching yourself from them, or you teach them a lesson by going off in the woods alone and not taking them along with you, or something like that, like leaving them in an experience where they are panicking, where they are going through something dark or something miserable or something scary. You leave them there, I'm hearing. Wow, pile 3. Oh my goodness, that's what I'm hearing. Okay, because people like come to, okay, so some people could play on that as well, because again interesting, pile 3. So some people could play on the fact that, you know, they are panicking, or they try to like show you that they are going to like end themselves if you don't come back in their life. Or yeah, people could have been extremely dramatic in your life, pile 3, and you've been like, oh my god, I've seen this so much that I'm done, I'm just flying away, moving away, I don't care. You need to be an adult and deal with your own ish. I'm not here to like, you know, baby you or mother you or father you. I'm not here to do any of that. You need to take care of your own ish, and if you can't, and you're asking me for help after you are panicking because you created that situation, you created your own fears of being trapped, and now you're afraid, so you want me to help you. I can't do that. I don't care. So some of you could be a little bit bordering into selfishness, okay, which I'm going to warn you about, pile 3, because it could, okay, it could head there, right? So be careful about that, my loves, because maybe there's someone who genuinely needs your help and is calling you, and you behave detached, and that could really, you could really grieve over that, okay? Or some of you have already faced that in the past. So that could be something traumatic, or it could happen in the future, right? So be careful about that. But other than that, what you trigger in people is that people panic when you are away, or yeah, they feel scared, like they lost you forever? Have you gone? Are you never going to answer their calls? Are you never going to return? Have you like completely left them, right? Pile 3, wow. Yeah, fulfilled, because it's like you make them feel fulfilled inside or something like that. Yeah, interesting, pile 3. Let's see, let's get one more card, spirit, please, for pile 3. Oh wow, we have disappointed in reverse, and at the bottom we have fulfilled. Yeah, so these are two opposite energies, right? Fulfilled and disappointed. Interesting. So it's like, because pile 3, what happens is when you are in people's lives, it's like there are no illusions. Okay, there are no illusions. So you keep it straight, like you keep it to the point, right? You say it as it is, you speak as you feel, you do as you wish, right? And you have a lot of wishes, I'm hearing. Okay, so you have a lot of wishes that you want to fulfill, and whenever you like have an experience, you know, take a star and you put it in your basket or whatever that is, right? It's like you have so many wishes to fulfill in your life that it's like you're very self-actualized. You're someone who's fulfilled by yourself. That is what it is, pile 3. You're very fulfilled by yourself, and that triggers people into feeling like, why are they not good enough for you? But you're not doing that. You're not showing them that they are not good enough, and that's why you outgrow people. That's what I'm hearing. That's the first download, right? Like, people feel that they lack something when it comes to like being with you, so they try to impress you, they try to dramatize their own like, you know, suffering, they try to act like a victim, they try to act like someone who's going to like, you know, end themselves or do something when you are gone. But you completely detach and you focus on your own wishes. You try to outgrow people and outgrow certain decisions because you are happy by yourself. You just want to be left alone. You just want to do what you want to do. You have a lot of wishes that you want to fulfill and you don't want to disappoint anyone else, I'm hearing, right? So this triggers people, pile 3. That's what I'm hearing. This triggers people into feeling a lack of satisfaction in their life because they are not self-actualized, they are not self-realized, and they feel defeated and let down whenever you do this. But that's not your intention, I'm hearing. You don't want to purposely like intend on making people feel that they are less than you or that they don't fulfill you. You're not doing that. You're just on your own lane, focused on your own well-being and what you want, and you're very honest about that, I'm hearing. You're very honest and clear to people that when I'm focused on something, that's what I'm focused on, and I don't need your help. I don't need your attention on me. I need to do my own thing. I'm a detached person and that's who I am. If you can't accept me, then go to hell. I don't care, right? And then people get like panicky or like, oh my goodness, this is like, yeah, people get restless and they can't sleep at night without you, or they got obsessed with your energy, pile 3. I'm so sorry, my loves. I'm so sorry that you have to go through this, but again, you trigger this in people. So that's your energy, right? So let's see, pile 3. What does pile 3 trigger in people, spirit? What does pile 3 trigger in people? What does pile 3 look at that, we have the star card, right? That's again the star energy. You are an Aquarius energy, very detached, right? Alarmingly detached. So people have never seen anyone as detached as you, pile 3, and that terrifies them, okay? Then we have 4 of Wands, yeah. But when you are there, you are the life of the party, or you're someone that is having fun, you're enjoying, you are making people laugh, you are healing people with your conversations, you're playing healing music when you're around. Like, it's so beautiful when you're around, right? With the 10 of Pentacles, like life feels complete when you're there, pile 3. But when you walk away, it's like it's all dark and gloomy and like, yeah, 9 of Wands in reverse. Like, what just happened? Did pile 3 just leave? Like, that's, people feel like a hole in themselves when you are not around. So like I was saying, pile 3, that you don't do this out of making others suffer, others panic, but people panic. Why? Because again, the only way that they found satisfaction in their life is by your presence, because you were there in their life. What were you doing in their life? You were being the life of the party. You were being there to heal others who needed that healing. You were there to motivate others when they needed that motivation. But you realized that the more and more you were doing that, the more and more people wanted to like take advantage of your boundaries, or they never wanted you to have boundaries in the first place and things like that, right? So you discovered that you need to walk away. You need to pave your own path, in terms of maybe some of you left your families, you left a lot of wealth, or you don't deal with wealthy people in order to like, you know, be impressed by wealth in that way. You walk away from those things because you are collecting experiences, you are collecting your own fulfillment. What fulfills you is very different than what fulfills other people, and that's very unique about you, which is also something that like makes people scared a little bit about you. Okay, so your parents, some of your parents could be very scared of like what will happen in your future, how will you live, because you're very different. You don't believe in marriages, or you don't believe in like extreme you know, contractual connections and things like that, because you're a free spirit, like I said. So you actually trigger fear in the people that love you as well, but you also trigger love in them. Like, they want to love you, they want to make you feel fulfilled and make you feel like you're okay, and you know, check on you and see whether you're doing okay. People want to like, you know, so you trigger care in people, you trigger their heart-centered energy towards you as well. You also trigger people to find their own fulfillment, pile 3, which is beautiful. The most beautiful thing about you, pile 3, is that you make people find their own wishes, their own manifestations, then their own way to manifest wealth if they want to, manifest a happy relationship if they want to. And you're not someone who's attached to any of this, which is absurd even to me, pile 3. But you have to be my soul group, like, for sure, because you're not someone who's like looking for your own satisfaction through wealth or through love in some way. Like, it's something beyond that you're looking for, right? So nothing of the world fulfills you, and that's why people are like terrified, like what can I do to fulfill you, or what can I do to make you look at me, or what can I do to like bring your vibration down a notch, right? And they try to like disappoint you, but you're like disappointment in reverse, like you slap that in their face, like I don't get disappointed, I focus on my fulfillment, I focus on what boundaries I need to have from people who are sabotaging my wealth, or people who want to test my loyalty, or people who are trying to scare me into believing that I don't amount to anything. I just keep collecting my stars and I keep moving on. That's what you teach people, that no matter how afraid you are, how much you are in a panicking situation, if you're not calm within that storm, you will not be able to fulfill your wishes. So for you to have a fulfilling life, you need to confront your fears, you need to release any kind of panicky energy and be calm, be centered, be grounded, and do not lose faith in the divine, is what I'm hearing for some of you, right? So you believe in the universe, you believe in the cosmos, you believe in Mother Nature, you believe in these things always taking care of you no matter what. And this is something that's very healing for people, pile 3. Like you trigger healing in people that's like no one else's business, like it's like that, right? And people fall for you very deeply as well. So you trigger a lot of love in people that they are afraid of. They're afraid of their emotions, they're afraid of their love, but when they meet you and they come in contact with you, you trigger people into falling in love with you deeply, I'm hearing. Like they drown in their heart and they have never been there, so they don't know how to come out of it after you're gone. But that's not your business, I'm hearing. So some of you could be like, you cut it off, you're completely detached from that, and it really like it boils people's bloods at times, or it makes them do low vibrational things to get your attention, and you see through that as well. So it's like you're a game changer, pile 3, let me tell you. You're going to be someone extremely big in your life, I promise you, okay? Because of this energy that you have, it's so potent. Please protect yourself, please take care of yourself. You're this precious child that I just want to hold and just be like, yes, you are on the right path, my loves, okay? And keep sprinkling that stardust on people that, you know, just don't know how to take care of themselves. Like just keep giving them the healing and move on, right? Because they will learn in their own time what you have already mastered, is what I'm hearing, right? And I don't think you have an ego for that either. So congratulations for people who don't bully others because they are spiritually ahead, or people who don't, you know, snap back at people because they feel they are the best or they are above. You're not that person. If you are, you need to get out of my channel, okay? Because I don't channel for people who are toxic. I channel for people who are ready to go beyond their ego and beyond the best and those titles, right? And that is what this is, pile 3, all right? So I love you from the bottom of my heart, pile 3. Thank you so much for tuning in, my loves. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, check out my Etsy link in the description box. By the way, I did not say the zodiac signs. So Aquarius, very strong, Leo, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Scorpio, Pisces, Sagittarius as well for some of you, okay? Yeah, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, very strong here, okay? Pile 3. Yeah, what was I saying? So if you would like to book a personal reading, check out the Etsy link below. If you would like to check out some exclusive pick a card readings not available anywhere on YouTube, do check out my Patreon, my loves. You will have some very juicy uncensored readings over there. You can also check out my PayPal if you would like to donate to me, which will come back to you times 10 if you give me any kind of money or donations. You can also check out my Amazon wishlist, so you can donate certain tarot decks and oracle decks from my wish list for me, all right? So thank you so much, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please let me know in the comments down below. Like, share and subscribe, my loves, okay? Peace.